Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has spent the day in the UK, first at Windsor Castle to meet with King Charles. It was their third meeting this year. The King has previously expressed his support for Keir and said what Ukraine's going through is indescribable aggression after Russia's unprovoked attack. The next stop for Mr Zelensky was Downing Street to meet with the UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer. There was a warm hug and a handshake between these two firm allies, as well as a discussion inside Downing Street, where Volodymyr Zelensky warned how tough the upcoming winter would be for his people if Russia continues its attacks.
Putin doesn't show that he wants to stop the war, and he really began steps pushing us to such humanitarian disaster. What he wants to organize this winter is, of course, with attacks on energy, on gas, on water supplies.
Earlier this week, the United States announced fresh sanctions for Russia's two largest oil companies to try to get Moscow to come to the negotiating table and work on a peace deal to end the war in Ukraine. During a meeting of the Coalition of the Willing hosted from London, members discussed taking Russian oil and gas off the global market, giving Kyiv more long-range missiles and making progress on using frozen Russian assets for a loan to support Ukraine. There were no announcements out of this meeting, but a show of solidarity for Ukraine and a promise to keep working together and show US President Donald Trump that Europe is serious about playing its part in trying to achieve peace. I was in the room for the press conference of Volodymyr Zelensky, Keir Starmer, the NATO chief Mark Rutte, as well as the leaders of Denmark and the Netherlands, and it was very clear that this is a group committed to working together to help Ukraine. But these members have also acknowledged they cannot do it without the United States.
Ukraine's future is our future. What happens in the weeks and months ahead is pivotal for the security of the United Kingdom and all our allies across NATO and beyond. So we are determined to act now, to dial up the pressure on Putin and finally bring him to the negotiating table in good faith.